Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to CSC NA Premier Match Day 2. We've got the second game of the night, Owls versus Leviathans. Once again, I am Amos Kingsnake, and I am joined by...
Cryptic HD Prospect Cryptic. I don't know why I had to say it like that, but I did.
Hey, we're all experimenting here. You know, there's no rules. There's no rules. We just do what we feel.
Yeah,
we play from the heart. That's what CSC is about. We play from the heart. Short hit coming up. Rod to just collect some easy taps. Aim Labs practice for him. 2v3 though. Floopers and Kukusor to answer back to make this round a little bit competitive. Let's see if the flank from Wadil can get anything done. And he finds the last two players. Short hit, disposed of, quick as you like.
And that's huge for AVI. Both players that really got tested there. First, it was Rod on the A site. They had two set up there kind of toward rampant site. He gets a quick couple of kills, and then Wadil, if he was the guy there in mid, could have gotten very awkward. ATL could have opened into B, but also delivers 2 kills as well.
Yeah, it just looked like target practice for him. Not even breaking a sweat. Owls take the lead off of that play. Looks like the Leviathans are going to be just buying a couple Tech 9s, a little bit of util, but no more invested money. Just a Tech 9 rush. See if they can get something
nice
going.
Jump spot from Shane there. Was able to at least cancel the B hit. They were initially posturing toward that.
Yeah, definitely. Wadil to clean up. Floopers to get a nice tap with the Tech 9. Spammed through the smoke. The gun blown away before he can get to it by the nade. Unable to pick it up, and Shane left with a Pizza 50 alone on Cat, getting slowly crept up behind, collected. Owls take their second. That was sorry, the way the M4 blew away there, it reminded me of that one commercial where the guy had the dollar on the fishing line. It's like, oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah, tempting him to run over for it.
Yeah. First spy round to come in for the Leviathans, though. Flooper's still on a MAC-10, but maybe you can get close range and put that to work.
Especially on Dust 2, can just throw Majestic. Looks like toward B here. That's perfect for the MP9. Just get up close here, play on that smoke.
Yeah.
Once it comes
MAC-10
down.
versus MP9. It is a fight, a tale as old as time itself. Wadil will be moving back towards Cat to try to reestablish a presence here, but is forced away by the flames. As this T-side hit towards Cat inches closer and closer.
ATL just doing their due diligence.
Yeah.
Getting up Cat here, getting that info. Working into the classic mid-round Dust 2, either Cat hit or you go mid to B. There's not really much of another option on Dust 2.
And there's always a long pup, you know.
Yeah, it looks like they do actually have a nice little late long pop here set up. This should get them Rod if they're able to trade out
Rod
here.
to defend, playing a little bit of anti-flash, trying to catch a timing on somebody coming out. Flash doesn't go high enough to blind Rod. Position not quite known about yet. Suspicious, sure, but he's spotted out.
He's spotted now.
Yeah, Kukusor to take him down. Pax to take down his teammate on the site, and that's a save. Run for the hills. Owls. Looks like... Oh, Void Swan to collect on Floopers. So maybe they actually want to have a good look-see. Gonna fight up through Cat at a man disadvantage, though. We'll see if they have anything to say to try to prevent Leviathans from getting there first. They are going to get a couple quick kills, though. Wadil with the FAMAS finds T-Tax and Shane. Hallow gets a couple back and finds the third. Leviathans secure their first off of that late long pop.
Yeah, just as I kind of willed into existence, honestly, just disregarding long there. ATL ended up taking that long pop and isolating the duel onto that pit player there.
Yeah, it looks like AVI also disregarded long there as an option. I mean, they put faith in Rod. Just unfortunate that Rod got ran down. Just too many T's to shoot at. discovered early. They are going to go for a little bit of tons aggression here. AVI to try to shake things up. Gonna catch Floopers out alone. Easy takedown. The rest of the T-side squads, though, is grouped up outside long doors. Waddle will collect one onto Kukazor. 5v3 man advantage for AVI, and ATL just has no space. And I mean, they could still win it, but man, they're stalled out. Stalled out completely at long and at B.
Yeah.
Just
already puts them in such a weird spot. You got one smoke left on all three of their players. Some decent utility around that, but yeah, with down 2 players, you really just gotta try and barrel into something here together.
Not only down 2 players, just no map control. They're in spawn. It's like they never moved, except they just only had 3 players. And Tons is even smoked. That's just so unfortunate. Yeah, they're just aware. I mean, there's nowhere else they could be. They've got full control. They might try to make something happen here. A little bit of a molly on
right down on
Void
Swan.
Swan. Yeah, right on Swan, but he's able to just curtail him a little bit. They're going to try to flash themselves to the smoke, but Void Swan collects 2. Halo. Is it Halo or Halo? Gets a couple trade frags himself. Halo.
2 L's.
But Rod shoots him down with the Deagle. AVI secure their 3rd round off of that force.
Yeah, AVI just taking a lot of map control early there. That double Tons push able to get them that early Tons control, and then I believe it was Waddle also just walking into long doors and finding a kill, smoking that off just pretty much instantly gave them that round there.
And Leviathans back onto where they were at round 2. No money, just a couple of upgraded pistols to go around, but unable to fully buy. Basically just conceding the 4th to AVI here. Unless they have something to say with this save round.
Yeah, really just going to come down to one of these Deagles over to Tech 9s just finding some kind of ridiculous play here. If not, it's pretty much already AVI's
done and
round here
dusted.
to win.
Yeah, done and dusted. That was terrible, I know, but thank you.
Oh, that was great. That was better than my intro.
Not much is being offered up, though, for the ATL squad. I mean, if you're AVI, you know they're just on pistols. No need to go be the hero. Just let them run into your stacks, your crossfires. What are they going to do? Flying one-tap you with a Tech 9? I mean, maybe. That's always a possibility.
Might be inspired
But
by
do you want to
Ultimate.
make it easier? What's up? Quick little one-tap out of there with a Deagle by Tax. Answered back by Rod on the Kukazar. Last couple players that try to trade out through mid, but the firing squad awaits them. 2 players left on that ATL squad. I mean, boys, do you really want to be saving an MP9? Not really. Just tries to go find another kill. Unable to. Owls collect their 4th.
ATL does get a buy back here, though, and I'll be interested to see. It doesn't really look like they have a long spawn. Sometimes you're just kind of at the mercy of your spawns on the T side of Dust 2, but it would be nice to see them maybe be able to get some early long control here at some point.
First op of the game comes out on Toddy? 2D? Todoy. Toddy. See if he can put some work to it. This is an opera's paradise, is Dust 2. Many say. Some say. A little bit of mid-aggression here coming out early from ATL. Let's try to work up Cat yet again.
The op is posted on this, though. This could be dangerous if Quasar ends up swinging out.
Yeah, just using his teammate with the MP7 is a little bit of a... just Waddle just destroys Kukazar. No thank you. I will be holding on to Cat, and ATL just forced away. I mean, they look like they want to go mid off of that. I mean, just watched your teammate get owned by a SMG on a full buy, and he tries to re-swing into it, gets clipped by the op. Fortunately able to trade one back for ATL, but man disadvantage, play known, position known, players scrambling. 45 seconds on the clock. What are they going to do? Tax to
Well, he
find
does
one of the voids
overextend in
one,
mid,
though.
though. This could open up the B side as it's just going to be Majestic here with the MP9.
Yeah, caught trying to rotate in. That's unfortunate. That means that the B site's open for business. They do have time to scramble back and make something out of it. There is a smoke in their way, but with one player left to hold, that is a tough proposition. And Tax looks like he just won his team the round through a couple of quick frags. I mean, there's no space left for Owls to really get into this. That's a man disadvantage. Shane's here to cut off the rotates, which he will do so. I mean, answered back by Toddy, but like, I mean, that's a 1v2 against the retake B site. Good luck. Yeah,
no
just gonna elect
well.
to save. Yeah, no kit, no chance. Just gonna elect to save. You can have this one, ATL. I'll keep my big green.
Now, ATL were able to test mid there. Void swung and ended up just overextending a little bit there, and that just opens up so much space for ATL to get in to be there. The Majestic was the only one there with that MP9. And that ended up giving ATL their window to find around here.
It just goes to show that, especially on a map like Dust 2, whenever the rotates are so far away and there's not really much you can do to get back into a round once you've lost like space like that, it is very crucial that you don't overstep your bounds. You are careful with your rotates. You don't want to like get caught out on anything. You don't want to get caught doing something like a silly or a sloppy rotate, but looks like we do have a bit of a technical pause going into this, so we will be right back when that is resolved. Oh, hi, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Scoreline 4-2. Owls up currently, but with money low, and ATL appearing to rally back with some money of their own. We shall see how this round goes. A little bit of a sees the hips don't lie of Kukazor just clipped on the jump spot. Waddle also to find one out long on floopers, and man, just a little bit of early aggression goes a long way. Early man advantage, 5v3 for the Owls, and these last remaining players trapped at the long door. The last remaining ATL players. Hollow going to answer back on a Void Swan, but Rod to answer back onto T-Tax. 2v4 expected out of ATL. 1v4 expected out of Hollow. Oh! Should I call him Scott? Gotcha. Gotta like that fake Titan Hollow on that AK Safari mesh, but it's not gonna be enough to save him. Gets one on the site, but is quickly traded back by Rod. Owls take their fifth, and just like that, with a dire money situation, they make something work and quickly dispose of that ATL attack towards the long side of the map.
Yeah, I have to wonder with that KSAR jump spot. I haven't seen people do that on the right side from T-spawn. Normally I see it behind the box because it's generally a little bit safer. Gives you the box for cover, even though you can still get picked there if you're not careful. But
yeah, his like tactical pack on his hip just gave him away.
Yeah,
got himself killed. One too many squats at the gym, unfortunately.
25 jumping jacks.
25 jumping jacks gets you killed. ATL to elect to just buy a couple of upgraded pistols, one rifle and a hollow, but there's not really much you can do on this type of round, except hope that your deagles can get something going. Just a standard default of the Owls.
Maybe even just try to contact into mid here. Just try and see what you can get. That was one.
Well, they have been contacted. At least one player. No kills go either way, but T-side Molly to force him back. A nade lands at his feet, 34 HP onto Shane. Just not giving anything to these guys. I mean, can you blame them?
Yeah, especially with the pistols, it's really just hard to crack into anything. But ATL hasn't really been too active here. Now they're just going to contact up toward B here.
Void Swan about to be tested. Collects the first. His teammate collects another. Majestic. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 3K out of Void. Couple of frags out of his teammates. Eco round swiftly dealt with, and unfortunately for the Leviathans, it looks like the half is starting to get away from them. Down 6-2.
Yeah, I think again, it's just if they can get a long spawn, if they can get an opportunity to get out there, just getting that early control really just opens up so many more options for the T side.
Yeah, they really aren't getting very many good long spawns at all. They're just getting B spawns, which might be good for a pistol rush, Suka Bliat, but not quite so good for a full proper buy most of the time. Ooh. Flooper's caught on the crossed Toddy to get that opening frag. Just decimated. ATL at a man disadvantage yet again early on. So many of these opening frags have just been going the way of
Toddy as well.
Yeah, so many of these opening frags have just been going the way of Owl. I mean, Toddy missed a shot there, but unfortunately for ATL, unable to capitalize on that. I mean, some of the space is taken, but he's able to get away with his life and information gained for the Owls.
I'd like to see them test mid here at some point. They have been able to get some of this early cat control, but it's not really been leading to much thus far.
Yeah, Waddle will get a kill on the AK. Void Swan goes uncleared. Gets 2 from that position. Just unable to be traded. That's just unfortunate for the ATL squad. And Scott is just left in a 1v5. A little bit of an impossible ask. Unless he wants to hit some nice shots like that. Alright, 1v3. We've seen Woxic do it. And this is basically Woxic. You know?
Yeah, maybe he can jump up here and try to get one, but AVI is already scaling up so fast. This is going to be hard for him to get any more than one.
The shoulder, but unable to find one. Gets killed from the window by Toddy to get a to get the defuse, and Owls collect their 7th. Money is just looking so dire for the Leviathan squad too. They're down 5 rounds and they just can't buy properly.
Yeah.
I mean, they could get a few rifles, but like not proper util. This is just a bad position to be in. This is a very, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a T-sided map, but it's definitely a lot more balanced than some of the maps in the pool right now. You definitely want to be getting more than 2.
Yeah, the one thing they do have going for them is that full loss bonus, and they're just going to send these MAC-10s right into the B side as well.
Hollow says hello onto Majestic, just running, jumping, MAC-10s him. Void Swan here to defend, but without outside that door, there's not really much you can do once they cross. His teammate Waddle to find one as well. 3 versus 4 for the Leviathans on this retake. Although the bomb has not gone down quite yet, though. They're going to try to get it now. Hollow to defend his planter. Hollow and Floopers in the clutch. Floopers to go down. Hollow on 3 HP. 1v2 expected. Smoke to play with. But goes down. Owls collect their 8th. Off of the retake.
Even on the low HP too, got Rod and Toddy both down to 1 more shot. Maybe 2 on Rod at 30 HP. It's a little close on that, but...
Yeah, it was a valiant effort, but unfortunately just not quite enough to get them over the finish line. And they are on max loss, and they did get a bomb plant, so at least they'll be able to buy into this round. But you know what's been suspiciously absent out of the Leviathan side? There's been no T-side up this game. That's a really big omission. This is one of the only maps where you really should probably be trying to get that into play most of these rounds.
Yeah, certainly would like to get that out for some of those opening lines. They just haven't had the economy to make it happen yet.
You think they would just try to save a little bit more to try to get that happening. I mean, some of these rounds, it'd be helpful to have one. A little bit of mid-aggression to come up from the CTs to start out, but is denied by Hollow. Man advantage finally going ATL's way for one of the first times in this game. Another one collected by Kukazor. 4v2, advantage, ATL.
I'm surprised AVI really getting aggressive. They're sending 2 up mid. It's the first time we've really seen them get that active, and that's given ATL an opportunity here to get into this.
One answered back by Rod. Man advantage starts slipping away from ATL. This is a round you have to convert if you're ATL. If you can't convert this, that's done. Your mental's done. Game's done pretty much too. Thankfully though, Hollow to collect another. Make him up to 3 kills in the round. Toddy expected to clutch 1v3 with an op and no space. Looks like he's just going to elect to head for the hills, save his big green.
Yeah, I can't blame Toddy for the save. With the money, though, you almost wonder. There's really no reason not to go for this, but just already toward B. Not a terrible decision to save.
Hey, man, you don't want him to have another death by his title. That's not cool. Dying sucks.
It's true. You gotta keep that rating up.
Yeah, you gotta keep the rating up. Dying is unpleasant, from what I've heard. Especially when you get shot. I mean, they are gonna try to hunt him. I think. Had his knife out there. Not sure why, but I guess, you know, the movement speed is worth potentially dying when you don't know where he is. Leviathans collect their third. Just a bit of an odd decision. I mean, like, your money's already low. You should probably have your gun out, but 8-3 as we go into this 12th round of play. Both teams are able to fully buy. Shane to get his up. There it is.
Toddy's got a prime position here to post onto mid as well. If ATL throw any... Oh, actually, he's going to go toward Catwalk instead of... Nope, I keep getting
he's going for a little bit of a long play. I mean, if they go out long, he'll be waiting to stop them. Though they are just electing to concede that. Few players from ATL to take lower tons control here. Just a bit of a standard default. Mullying out lower tons, but nobody's home. AVI have elected instead to stack towards Catwalk here. Catwalk in mid. A knife out of Waddle onto Kukazor. How did that happen? What's up? Oh, an HE kill. My apologies. I didn't realize that there was throwing knives in the game. Those are some nice gloves out of Waddle. I mean, what else is there to talk about? ATL's kind of just sitting around on their hands waiting for Owls to just let them win, I guess, at this point. Why does he have a grappling hook on him? That is a good question. Maybe he's Batman. I mean, that would make sense. They've got, like, you know, they've got their wings, you know? The bat is not too different from an owl. Both creatures of the night. Speaking of the creatures of the night, looks like they're about to take their ninth, as ATL is still elected not to do much in this round, except stand around in the tunnels. They are going to go out towards B.
Even
just to find the first. Go ahead. Sorry.
One's just going to be able to post here with the op, though. They don't have a smoke to get onto the doors here, so he's just going to have free reign to take shots here.
Yeah, it's hollow to expect it a 1v4. Maybe he's got it in him, but with 7 seconds left, unless he's got X-ray vision. He's got balls of steel, though. He's going to try to plant, and there's a real knife coming out of Toddy. Get Leadify and get 9 for the Owls. 9-3 up on Leviathans at halftime. And Leviathans are just looking like they've just logged out of the server, but that they're just getting absolutely decimated.
Yeah, it was tough for Leviathans. It looked like they really just got stuck mid-round in a lot of those rounds. They're just not able to get any real early long presence. Aside from that one round earlier in the half, we saw the late long pop. Aside from that, ATL, sometimes we're able to get that close cat control, but really aside from that, weren't able to get mid to B, and just kind of got stuck in those mid rounds. Didn't really get an opportunity to crack anything open.
Yeah, they're just stalled out. But like I was just watching... I felt like I was watching one of my bugs, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, AVI were able... I mean, just the one overextension in mid gave them the opportunity, and then also the push up mid. That was about it.
Fast play out of AVI to try to take B site here. Void Swan to collect 2, and just like that, B side swung wide open for business. And ATL to try to retake at a man disadvantage. They do have tunnels, but it's about to be re-cleared. Double swung Kukazor. Gets 1. Gets 2. All right, we've got a retake here, boys. We got a retake here, ladies and gents. That's a 3 versus 2. Majestic to get 1 onto Hollow. 2 versus 2. Still not moving. Shane to collect 1 onto Waddle. 1v2 Majestic expected. Can he get it? No, not quite. And Shane to put down their dreams. ATL, or Leviathans, my apologies. Thought it is ATL, to collect their 4th. They won the second pistol. All right, maybe we got a game on our hands here, ladies and gents. You definitely gotta be winning that one when you're at this big of a round deficit.
Yeah, most certainly. That was a huge retake there. Just getting both of those kills in tunnels completely opened up that round.
Yeah, they thought they were
to give them the opportunity.
Yeah, they thought they were like taking the initiative and just catching them with their pants down by double pushing into tons there, but they flipped the script. Two quick frags returns the man advantage favor back in the way of ATL, and they're able to make that retake happen.
Although AVI did force into this though, so
yeah, they forced
kind of even on the gun side of things.
It is definitely an even round. This is going to be messy. Whoever wins this is slated to catch a few more rounds, most certainly.
Shane's got to be careful here. This does get him a lot of information, but if you go any further, if you're ATL, this could danger the round.
Yeah. Yukazor to defend with his teammate towards Goose. Shane to push all the way through tunnels, though. ATL have discovered that nobody's home towards the B site, so they do have to rotate quick, though. This information ain't going to cost them much if their A site defense falls. Void Swan to finally find one on the hit. Rod to just flying Tech 9 take down the player at Goose. We got a 3 versus 3 retake. Hollow with some cat control, cat space, but unable to find one. Goes in perhaps a little too early. Rod to take him down. Shane unable to trade back. Floopers at long collects one at a Rod, but Void Swan takes down Floopers. 1v3 unable to be collected. Owls take the second round conversion, and man, just Leviathans is just getting absolutely shut down. The one little bit of like shining hope that you have in the game, you win the pistol, maybe you can get something going. No, Owls are there to shut you down. Full force out of the Owls, right up Cat, destroying you. Hopes and dreams crushed, economy similar. I mean, what a just disaster for the ATL side.
Losing the conversion is almost worse than losing the pistol, as well as it completely resets your economy and puts you back.
Especially on this map, you can't. There's no way they're going to be able to get an op for like the rest of the half, and like good luck holding a lot of these areas. It's just getting burned at that car. Takes 60, and then just Waddle just collects the free kill, and the guy running away, feet on fire. Just unfortunate. Always feels bad to die because a karma only just lands at your feet and you're like, well, you know, I guess I just don't get to choose life today.
Yeah, especially with the minimal investment, it's worth the gamble just to see if you can try and get somebody crossing out. But with the due diligence, you really should be getting taken out as long as they're clearing you properly.
Yeah. Just a few upgraded pistols left on this ATL squad, but with no space, that's just an 11th guaranteed. Shane to be doing some deagle tricks up Cat, you know, as he runs away. Floopers to be inspecting his knife. It's a nice one.
It's a nice combo.
That's what we're talking about, ladies and gents. This is just domination. There's nothing else much to say. We're just commenting on skins now. Waddle to kill Kukazar, can't even save his 5-7. Floopers to be doing some deagle style tricks, but unfortunately, style isn't good enough whenever the other team has substance. Owls to collect 11. 2 rounds away from winning.
Yet even with a buy coming in, with that single loss bonus, ATL's only afforded about 3,500 on each player. It's definitely not an ideal ideal
yes,
buy.
Scott on a scout to try to keep them from going to match point.
Yeah.
And Floopers on a deagle. I'm not sure why you wouldn't full buy into this, but hey, you know, maybe he's got the read. Kukazor and a Famos. This is just a dire buy. I mean, it's not the best buy out of Owls, but they've been making weaker guns work.
ATL does a good job of trading out here, though, on long, just sending 3 players to fight.
Yeah, finally something goes ATL's way. They hold back the tide of the encroaching T's out of long there, forcing Owls to reroute a little bit. Long is closed for business, says ATL. And ATL's also elected to push all the way through Tons, so they know that this is going to be a... Ooh, that Tons push might be coming back to bite them, looks like, as Owls accelerate onto the B site. No one's home. I mean, there is a player in Tons, but it's Floopers on the Deagle. That's going to be tough to get anything done with that from that position with that gun. He's got to hit some nice shots in order to make this pincer effective. His position is suspected, not entirely known, though.
ATL doesn't have a kit here as well, so they got to get moving. Taking their time here through mid to scale up.
Yeah. Oh no, caught looking the wrong way. Void Swan gets 2, gets the 3rd. Owls on match point off of a Void Swan. 3K. The pincer has fallen. Leviathans have been shaken. This is a 1 round away from Owls just sweeping this match and just putting the Leviathans to bed.
That's a tough one for ATL to lose, too. They get the early advantage on the long fights. They get the information pushing through tunnels, but like you mentioned, that just opens up the mid to B opportunity there for them to just waltz in without any kind of resistance.
And round after round after round, it just looks like ATL is just, like, lost. Like, they can't convert their man advantage. I mean, that's a nice shot at a Scott. Nice couple of shots at a Scott there with the Scout. 2 quick one-taps to get the early man advantage for ATL, but, I mean, I don't want to sound defeatist here, but it feels like every time they've had a man advantage like this, they've just found a way to lose it. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen this round, but Toddy to find one Toddy to find one of the cat player pushing up a little too far. Hollow to answer back. 2 versus 4 man advantage for the ATL squad. Floopers to find one of the Majestic onto cat, and Toddy to clutch 1v4 with the same amount of HP to his name. Unable to do so. Scott to get the kill. Leviathans take their 5th, but they have a long, long road ahead of them to try to snipe these owls out of the sky as they soar towards their victory.
They certainly do. I do like that double B setup, though, kind of just sticking into B. They had a double cat setup there, although Shane did get isolated on that cat fight further up. Still, ended up being better for ATL there, those 2 openers from the Scout, able to scare them the round.
I mean, at this point, you got to go for some kind of Hail Mary plays. You got to get in there, try to get something going. I mean, if you try to every time you try to default out and take it slow and just rely on individual prowess, you've just been unable to. You've just been getting outshot and out positioned. It's just unfortunate. So you just got to make something happen early to hope you can salvage it later. You can't just wait to die in these types of games whenever you're getting absolutely schooled like this.
AVI with these early probes up cat, already forcing out a smoke from one of the A players, so that's already leaving ATL a bit low on that defensive utility.
Yeah. Also a little bit low on information as well. They've elected to go full turtle play. I mean, they've got somebody watching mid passively from window, but all it would take is one lurk smoke to really make something a bit of a question mark from it. Scott from the pit to try to find one, but Toddy to just take him out with a swift 1 deeg. And how about another on the A player? How about a 3rd deagle kill? And just like that, the Owls have just broken into the A site and broken the dreams of ATL for any kind of comeback. I mean, Floopers to answer back 1, but it is a 2v4 retake. Almost impossible ask. No map control, no space, no chance. We'll see if that comes to fruition, but this looks to be Owl's 13th and final round in this match. What just a disaster on the A site. The Deagle collects 3 skulls, and the last 2 are not far behind.
Especially with this defensive smoke, it just makes things so weird for ATL. It's just almost
Majestic
impossible.
and one of the Floopers. Cucasaur just lost in the smoke, and lost is the game for Leviathans. Owls to just destroy Leviathans. 13-5. Complete and utter domination by the Owl squad.
Yeah, it's a tough one for ATL. Just didn't really get an opportunity to open much on their T side. And ultimately on the CT side there as well, just getting picked there early on in some of those rounds, weren't able to piece anything together and find any momentum in that match.
Just couldn't have said it better myself. Just felt like I was watching a team waiting to lose. Owls were playing to win, ATL was playing not to lose, and unfortunately, they could not prevent that. Is that everything you'd like to say, Cryptic? Any more other thoughts?
I think that's all for me on this one.
Same here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us for Match Day 2 for CSC Season 20. I've been Amos Kingsnake.
Cryptic. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.